Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
And welcome to Geekenders.
Hey, welcome. Pew, 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 pew. Fireworks.
With special guest Jesse Cox, everybody.
So happy to be here. Thank you so much. With special guest Dodger Thorn?
Yeah, that's me.
I just don't know. Do we include the last name with Dodger now? Or is it just Dodger still?
If you want.
I like when we meet people and they don't know you at all, except through your Twitch streams.
Yeah.
And so like, what's up, Dex? I think that's pretty good.
What's up, Dex?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I feel bad because you know, the layers of name lore at this point, it's no one's fault but mine.
Yeah,
really.
What's up, Press
you know?
Heart? Or do I call you to continue? What would you like?
Madam Continue would be great. Yeah.
Madam Continue?
Madam
rocks.
Continue. I think it's a good name. Yeah.
In like the video game version of the Spider-Verse, Madam Continue rules over all of it. Right?
Yeah.
She can see all the possibilities of what would happen after you continue.
Yes,
yeah. I like that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. As you can see, if you're watching and not listening, my camera is insane right now. But I think maybe because it's so dark in LA,
you know,
where it's trying to auto adjust light. I don't know. It's like dark outside. It's weird.
Whenever you complain about the camera, it's not that bad.
You say that? All I see is if I raise my hand a little bit, it auto adjusts back to what it really should look like. And then I lower it again. Suddenly it's very bright. It drives me crazy.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't like it. But, you know, it is what it is.
I was using a thermal camera for the first time the other day.
Why? What?
Because if you'll recall, we were trying to find a snake.
Oh, I thought you were hunting the predator.
No.
Ooh, wait, no. You would have been the predator. You're that snake's predator. Okay, continue.
I was predator. To catch everybody up, we lost a snake on the farm for a hot minute. It has been found. Thank goodness.
What do you mean? Hold on.
Yeah.
You losing the snake means that you had some authority over that snake to begin with?
The snake
was this like a family friend? Who is this snake?
The snake belongs to my sister-in-law. And the lock.
Well, of course it does.
Yeah. And it's a banana ball python. He's very beautiful. But he's very strong. He's very strong and he can get his container open if you don't perfectly lock the door. And the door was not perfectly locked. So he used his sweet little tail or his face or whatever to push the door open and got out. And that turned into a deep dive into, can you find a snake with a thermal camera? And the jury's out. They do absorb heat. There's a reason that they curl up next to heat sources, right?
Cold-blooded.
But
right.
They are cold-blooded as well, right? So like it kind of depends how much heat have they absorbed at the time that you're trying to thermal camera for them.
Okay.
Whoa!
So you really were the predator, and that snake was Arnold Schwarzenegger who covered himself with mud, and it was like, you can't detect me, predator. And you were like,
yeah,
I may have to go full nuke on this. Yeah, no, okay, I get it.
Yeah. So I've now learned, sheep, very hard to see in a thermal camera because,
sheep.
Yeah. Because
were you just going around the farm, like checking out stuff?
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh.
That's what I would have done too. Absolutely.
They're so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The reason I thought about it is because with the settings as they are naturally, it will just identify where is the coldest, at what you're looking at right now, what is the coldest thing and what is the hottest thing, and it will adjust the color balance. So if you're just looking at, a field in the middle of the night when it's really cold, it's not just all going to be blue. It will be like, well, this thing at what you're looking at right now, this part is warmer than this part. So we'll make it so that that's clear, right?
Right.
And that's annoying because I only want to see if an animal's there or not. I don't want you to adjust for me and trip me up, right? But yeah, sheep, their faces light up, but their fleece does not. Wild. Snakes, cannot get a snake to pop up on that goddamn camera. So that's our situation. At the very least, if ever you're trying to use a thermal camera to find a snake, may you have better luck than we did. But it was very fun.
I feel like the snake wins. I mean, at baseline, it's cold-blooded, so it's already got an advantage on you. The thing is, it's a python's huge, right?
He's about like this long and like this thick.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like you could figure out where he was.
They get
you still haven't found him?
Flat. We found him.
Oh, okay.
No, but reptiles are crazy. They hide.
Go on.
They hide so well. I've had a lot of different reptiles in my life, and if you're just like walking around with one on your shoulder or something and they decide to jump off of you, the likelihood is you're going to be looking for that fucking guy for the rest of the day. Snakes can get super flat. They get so flat. They can fit under the craziest shit. My sister's place is essentially a tiny home. It's so tiny. And we ransacked that place. We looked everywhere multiple times. The snake?
Hold on. In the house? It was in the
house. It was still in the house. We took everything out. I thought
you were in the woods looking for a snake with the thermal camera. You were in a hole.
We were because we had gone through the house so many times that we were like, it must have escaped. One of her windows can't close properly. So she was like, oh my God, he must have tried to escape, pushed on just the right window and got out. That was the only thing we could think of because we could not find this fucking snake. And it was in the house the whole time.
You know what you should have done?
So?
Sam, because Sam likes to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Dressed him up like a wounded rat and have him sit in the living room and be like, ow, my leg. I can't escape. Hopefully nothing will eat me.
I sure hope no snakes come by.
Yeah, the snake's going to be like, oh, hello there. And he'll slither over and he's like, that's the biggest rat I've ever seen. And then you got him.
I was looking up what are ways to try and find a ball python outside. And one of them was if it's used to eating mice, plop some dead mice around where you think it is. And I was like, that sounds so unsanitary, but I bet it works a treat.
It probably works
really well.
Yeah. Sam would be the biggest one of all. He'd be like, oh no, I'm so
just a trail of little mice and then a giant Sam in a mouse outfit.
And then it goes up to him and the snake is like payday, baby. And then he jumps on him and he wrestles the snake. The end.
Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know. Instead, you got a thermal camera and went looking for a snake inside a home. I thought the entire time you were outside.
I was outside.
The fact that it's...
No, this is what I'm saying. I only use the thermal camera outside.
Oh, I thought you said it was in the home and we used the thermal camera in the home. And I was like, that's madness.
No.
That's crazy.
So timeline is snake goes missing. It's an indoor snake. So we trash the house looking for snake for like 3 hours. We're like, it's not in the house. This house is so small. We've been everywhere. It's not here. Order thermal camera, go outside, look all over the place for a snake for like 2 days, and then find snake in the house because she had put her whole house back together, climbed into bed and was like, I wonder if I'll ever see him again. And then he was right behind her in bed. Can you imagine?
I can. That's mostly frequently. Anytime I lose something, it's like straight up right there every time. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I feel foolish, but okay. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah.
So, and our tiny rooster started crowing.
I'm
really proud of him. Yeah. He's like this big and his name's Hercules and he's finally figured out how to crow and I'm so proud and he does it all day long.
I was about to say, the proud would wear off very quickly after a while for me. I'd be like, cool, shut up now.
He's working so hard.
Will he ever get bigger or is he like a little mini?
I don't know. Because I was showing
I like the idea of having giant chickens and then one little rooster, but he's like a tiny baby boy the entire time.
Yes, I don't want him to get back. He needs to be bigger if he's going to like do anything with these hens. But like,
no,
I love the idea that he just stays this big because he literally can just fit in your hand. He's so tiny. And my friend who has raised a lot of chickens was like, he might be a bantam chicken, which are tinier. So, yeah.
I love that. Shout out to my short king.
Yeah, we've got a little short king here. He's very cute. And he goes,
I love him.
It's so funny.
Oh, goodness. That's good stuff.
Anyway, yeah.
So
that's what I've been doing. Running around with a thermal camera, which are very fun to play with. But not very cheap. So,
I would use it to find like ghosts and stuff. I know. I'm not saying I believe in. Yeah, I'm not saying I believe in the ghosts, but I like the idea of when people do those thermal camera things. They do the one that has like the stick figure outline of a person on the screen, and then they show you the footage, and it's like someone laying in bed, and then a stick figure gets in bed with them or something, or like the thermal camera picks up like a movement, and you're like, "That's a ghost." I'm like, I don't know if that's what that is, but I like it, and I think it's really creepy and it's super fun. My
favorite thermal camera videos are when they're looking at like a cat or something and you see them fart. Have you ever seen those?
Yes.
They're so funny.
Yes, they're so good.
All this heat just billows out of the back of them. You're like, they farted. It's so funny. I love it. I just want to see a fart on a thermal camera, I guess. It doesn't matter the animal.
Yeah.
It could be any animal.
What you enjoy is amazing to me. I love the phrase, they fart. I love it. I love watching them fart. Dodgers, that's like I love watching them fart. Tune in, kids. Like, so why'd you buy that thermal camera? Well, I'm a big fan of farts, you see.
I just love farts.
And I wanted to
I was also trying to find a snake.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I'm tired of just smelling farts. I want to see farts.
Yes.
I want the whole, what is that? The 4X movie experience with farts.
Yeah.
See, hear, feel, smell.
That's it. 4D.
The 4D experience. Yeah. Yeah. I've never been to one of those, but I've always wanted to.
There's a Shrek one in London. We could go to it next time we're out here.
A Shrek one in London.
Yeah. My kid went to it. I don't remember getting any feedback on whether or not it was fun.
What is it? Is it Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12?
I think it's just Shrek characters. And you're in like seats that move around and they like spray smells at you and stuff.
Donkey! I'm gonna fart on the audience. And then he does, and the audience is like, yay!
It could be that. It could be.
Donkey! I just toot it in the audience's face, right? And then everyone's like, yay!
Yay! I love it. I love you, Shrek.
And then they play, I don't know, like a 90s classic hit from a one-hit wonder from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And life is good. Yeah. How did we get on your love of farts?
We were talking about the thermal camera.
Right. Because you love farts. Gotcha.
I love farts. The other useful thing is you can point it at windows and you can see whether or not the chill is leaking in. You live in an area.
You said that like it was going to kill you. Like, beware the chill. You can tell if the chill is leaking in.
It could.
Chill. Are you a fantasy writer? What the hell? You were just like, long ago, the chill crept from the north. Those in the south must watch for the chill. Every 100 years, a new generation of warriors goes to the frozen north to battle the chill.
Our boiler...
You created a thing.
Our boiler has been broken for nearly a year now, I think. We went through a whole winter without hot water. And heating. And so I don't want to do that anymore. So yes, I hate the chill. I hate it.
What?
And anything I can do to beat it back to from whence it came.
I feel like we're skipping over the fact that you went through an entire winter with cold water.
Yeah. So we have an electric shower. So it heats itself. Washing machines heat themselves. Dishwashers heat themselves. Those three things are fine. We are clean and our clothes are clean. And our dishes are clean.
I thought you were saying every morning I woke up and took an ice cold shower.
No,
it really made my winter
I have lived
great.
that life before and I'm not doing that again.
I was about to say that is the least fun version of existence. Like, don't do that to yourself. What do you mean?
But like our radiators don't work, right? And it sucks. It does suck. So we're trying to replace the boiler finally because no amount of kicking and resetting and part replacing is fixing it anymore. But
so then you also just in the winter had no hot air?
Yeah, that's why we got really into making fires. We got really good at making fires because we've got a wood burner. But the radiators don't work.
Yikes. So what you're saying is when you say so in my mind I'm trying to piece together how this farm works. Radiator, you're talking hot water pumping through the radiators, right?
Yes.
Then sure. So you just didn't have any of that. So you existed in a kind of like 17th century farmstead where it's like, we must get the firewood today. And then you had to go.
I was putting coals and like the cast iron things to put in the bed. And
Is that true? Were you really doing that?
No.
Oh my God. I was about to be like, yo, hold up now. Okay, Lady Liberty, what the hell are you doing over there?
We've got hot water bottles now. We're in the modernity. We don't need to be doing that.
All right. I was very excited. I was about to be like, yeah?
I feel like that's a really quick way to set something on fire.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what.
About to Abigail Adams this whole thing. I was like, okay, what are we doing here? I was very excited to learn about after I baked the bread and churned the butter and tended to the livestock.
Yes.
I had to go in and make sure Mr. Adams was writing his lectures. Well, we all know Mr. Adams likes to get caught up in fanciful flights of fancy.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can't even get him to come to dinner.
Right, because he's too busy writing. He's changing the country.
Writing. I know. He's working so hard.
So hard with writing. Meanwhile, there I was, raising the kids and the animals and the house.
But it was
taking care of everything.
And I didn't resent
his writings were so important.
Because his writings were so important.
Sometimes it falls on the wife to run everything. And I mean everything.
Literally everything.
But they say he ran the country. I want the sassy version. I want that version of
Sassy Abigail. That should be the name of it.
Abigail. Yeah, Sassy Abby. And it's
Sassy
all Abigail
Abby.
Adams just being sassy as hell.
Someone write it, please.
They say John was in charge. Please. I'll tell you who was in charge.
I ran that house.
Yeah.
Ooh, of course.
Yeah. Sassy Abby, the musical.
I've really fallen
Sassagale
behind on musicals, man.
Yeah.
Just theater in general. I haven't seen the Beetlejuice play. I haven't seen Six. Six is apparently fantastic.
Six?
Yeah. There's so it's about the
you're up on the theater world in a way I'm not.
I'm not though. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen anything in so long.
But you know of them and probably at some point listen to the songs online.
I don't like if it's a musical, I don't like to listen to the songs ahead of time because I don't have context. Like, I still haven't listened to.
You like the musical theater experience of not actually hearing half the lyrics.
I don't want to know what the songs are until I'm there. So like it's been very difficult to stay away from Hamilton songs. Really
You've never
hard.
seen Hamilton?
I've never seen Hamilton and I would love to one day, but it means that I need to avoid Hamilton songs.
I get it. I understand.
So yeah, there's a lot of shows that have been around for a long time that I've never seen as well, though. Like, never seen Book of Mormon. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I have seen it twice. I love it. It's so fun. It makes me laugh tremendously. I enjoy it tremendously. Yeah, I'm not like a big theater goer, but I've definitely seen stuff. Like even the last time I was in London, I got bored one day and went and saw Phantom of the Opera just cause.
Bro,
I was like, I'm gonna go see Phantom. It was great. It was like I had a whole day just to chill, and I was like, I'll go see Phantom. It was so much fun. The audience was the best part. Phantom's great. I will be real. It's fine. I'm not like a big Phantom of the Opera guy. I think it's more of a spectacle than it is a good musical, and I will always believe that. It's got like 2 good songs. The rest of it, I'm like, hey, it's fine. But like spectacle-wise, it's fantastic. Spectacle-wise, I'm like, yo,
I think Phantom of the Opera is so fun. Not to tuck my hair behind my ear and sound like a hipster, but I
was the Phantom before it was cool.
I read the Phantom of the Opera book before I ever saw the musical. So I would say the show's fine, but the audience was great. It was 90. I don't know what day. I don't remember. I think I went on like a Monday. It was 90%. That's the way to go.
Yeah, it was like 90% Chinese tourist. They all bust in, and they were all in the audience, and it was great because everyone in the audience was also trying to describe what was happening on stage to each other while it was going on, and it was great because I got to watch like 8 different versions of the actual musical. And then at one point, the couple in front of me, the husband got up and left and never returned. And the woman was by herself. And I had so many questions. What happened to the husband? Where did he go? What, did he not like this? Or like, I don't know what was going on. It was great.
Maybe he just pulled a Steve Lawson and was like, I got to go take a smoke. And then just didn't bother coming back.
Maybe. It was great. I love that stuff. I was having some good stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's interesting. I genuinely one day want to see Hamilton in London because I don't know what that would be like.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean?
It's like about American history. So it would be weird with accents.
As an example
with
of the
English
differences and like the way they do stuff, I've seen, like I said, I saw Book of Mormon twice. I saw it once here in the States and once in the UK.
Okay.
And they change things in it for the audience. So there are jokes in Book of Mormon that are very British that have been edited and changed to like land with a British audience rather than an American.
Oh, very
audience.
American, you mean? That have been changed.
Yeah. Like there's
an English audience.
So in Book of Mormon, there's a few like shout outs to things that they say. And it's like a little skewering because it's, South Park guys. So it's got like, there's a few jokes here. And so they just change the names of who they're skewering for the British audience. And I was like, oh, that's super interesting. And now I'm like, what do they change in Hamilton? Is it like the king comes out and he's like, I'm the best. You know what I mean? Like, which I guess is the point. The king does do that. But he's like, I don't know. I have questions. I really want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fascinating for sure. No, I just booked tickets to a show. I booked tickets to the Moomin Christmas circus show.
Whoa, hold up now. What do you mean by this? Is it Moomins? But I guess this is my question. Are the Moomins the ringmasters or the animals in the show?
From what I can tell, it's like an ensemble cast where everyone is sort of dressed the same. And the characters are kind of not to the same extent as Lion King, but all of the characters are like puppets that are moved around by the ensemble cast.
Sure.
Depending on who's needed for the scene. And then they do like tumbling and stuff in the story, I guess. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out.
That's the kind of theater I love. The more weird and experimental, the better.
Yeah, same.
Again, I must stress that time you said, Jesse, do you want to go with me to see a musical
musical
Die Hard? And I was like, yes, yes, I do. To this day, I think about the fact that the cop in Die Hard was Frosty the Snowman in the musical, and that shit's hilarious. He was like, let me tell you about my friend John McClane.
Yes, that was so fun. Because I just happened to have a friend who was like doing a bunch of black box theater shows, and I was like, holy shit. And she was like, yeah, one of them is Die Hard the musical. And I was like, wait a minute, we have to go to that.
Best Christmas musical I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was so good.
It was so much fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the, strangely enough, because LA doesn't have I mean, like, there's some theater here, but it's not as thriving as like New York, for example, or London.
Sure.
And so when I'm in those cities, I like to like make time to go find something to see. Like the last time I saw a weird thing in London was that, God, like the horror play that, well, I'm trying to think, it was the thing that was like 211 or 222 or something. It was a number. And it was, okay. It's essentially the best way to describe it is imagine like a, one of those spooky books you would get as a kid, like Goosebumps or something, but that version of this, but on stage play. And I've never seen a stage play do jump scares before. They did jump scares, and I was like, okay, all right, this is great. And the best part was I sat next to 3 very drunk women who were all still drinking during it. And I was like, oh yeah, they're going to get so messed up by this. I'm so excited. Yeah. This is incredible. And so I had a lot of fun watching them scream, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I realized at some point I played too many horror games because 10 minutes in, I was like, I know what this is. I know exactly what this story is. And I was like, all right, well, let's see how it plays out. But I knew immediately what was going on. I'm like,
yeah, you ingest enough of a genre and you can make educated guesses.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Immediately the tropes pop in and you're like, right, okay, I know what this is. Yeah, all right.
It's like when you're playing a game and you know that there's like a psychological element to it. And an hour in, you start questioning, wait, has anybody directly talked to that person? Is that person even there? Is that person a ghost? Did we make them up? Right? It's like, I'm actively ruining my own experience, but I can't help but think that.
I'm going back through, I'm having this experience again. I'm going back through, this is so parasocial, but I don't care. There's this couple on YouTube, and I love watching them react to things. Because they're very sweet. They're like an older couple, and so they're like fun to watch. And they're currently going through Mr. Robot. and they're still in season 1. They're like towards the end of season 1 where all the reveals start to happen.
Yes.
And watching them react to things, like they just got to the one where we find out about the sister. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And so they're like, what? Did we miss an episode? What's gonna, like, they freak it out because they, like, the way they reveal stuff in that story. And it's fun watching them.
Is it like soothing to like watch someone else have such a reaction? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're very clearly having a lot of like, we're not sure what to make of this, but we know it's compelling TV.
Yeah.
And so it's really fun to watch them be like, what the hell? It's great. It's absolutely great to watch people discover a thing you already know. And you know what? That's probably why I like watching like random people react to the end of Final Fantasy 14 stuff, or watching people go through and see different things in different games or movies. Like, I'm a big fan of watching people who are clearly 20, 21 reacting to Lord of the Rings for the first time. Because in my mind, I'm like, how have they not seen this? And I realized they weren't even born when that came out.
Yeah.
So I love watching, and it's the same way every time. Dude, it's hilarious. Every time. This movie's 3 hours, and by the end of it, they're like, that was too short. That was too short. I'm like,
yeah,
it's so much fun. Yeah.
Oh,
big fan of that.
That's very cute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what I would want to watch somebody else experience. Mr. Robot's a good one. I remember texting you a couple, 1 or 2 years ago. I finally just sat down and watched all of Mr. Robot. Not a perfect show, but I'm so glad I finished it.
Yeah.
Because it was a roller coaster.
I still have questions to this day. How much was actually real? Because there's an episode in the forest. Like at the end of the show.
I know exactly what episode you're talking about.
That forest episode with the light and all that stuff. And I'm like, is none of this actually real? Like, I genuinely, I couldn't tell you walking away from that what the truth of it was. I genuinely don't know. But I loved every minute of it. I was like, this show is so well done. The episode where it's just one camera the entire time might be one of my favorite episodes of TV, period.
It's very good.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I would want, what like had such a huge reveal that I would want to like watch them play, like watch it or play it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there are games in my mind where I think to myself, oh, I wish I could just forget about this game and replay it. So those are good options, right? Be like, well, I can play it through another person, kind of.
The weirdest part about all of that is, and I think about this often when they talk about remakes or, re-releases or whatever. There are many games where I remember loving it and it being my favorite, and I just want to go back and play it again and again and again. And then when I do, I realize maybe it was just the time period.
The nostalgia, the rose glasses. Yeah.
There's definitely, it goes back to the idea of people making retro games and you realizing that it's the retro feeling, not actually retro.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like how I felt back then, but it isn't exactly that. I think that's kind of the way I think about a lot of, like, I loved what they did with the Dead Space remake because it was Dead Space, but with modern controls and things. If you go back and try to play the original Dead Space that was originally released on your computer, that shit's like one of the most impossible things to play. It is clearly designed for controller. Your mouse is like, you can barely move. It sucks. And the fact that that's things that I'm like, yes, more of that, please.
Yeah.
But when
remake was so good.
Yeah.
The remake of that was amazing.
It was also just a ton of fun because I knew where all the scares were, except for like the 2 new ones they added. But since I knew where everything was, I was like, I'm going to go over here. Oh no. A blast. I had so much fun playing that. But I keep thinking about the other games that I'm like, yeah, I'll go back and play that. I'll give it a shot. Just sometimes you can't go home again. Sometimes I'm like, the memory was better. And I'll keep it at that.
Let it stay pure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then there's some that I would love to, like, I'm still very obsessed with the game Vagrant Story. I think it is one of the most visually stunning games from its time period. If you haven't ever seen footage of it, look it up. It's incredible. It is like this really cool art style, and the gameplay just sucks. It is not modern gameplay. If you were to try and play it right now, you'd be like, this is so convoluted.
Yeah.
And if they just redesigned the gameplay and bumped the graphics a little bit, that'd be a solid re-release. I'd buy that in a heartbeat because I want to go back and play it. And I remember I think Alex and I were talking about it, and Davis was like, I've never played that before. And we all decided, let's play that. We all got together, drinks in hand, food was available, and we played for like an hour, and it was just so rough.
No.
And you're like, yikes. It's hard to be like, hey man, that game's amazing. And then people to play it and be like, I couldn't, the controls were a pain in the ass. And they are. The controls are jank.
I've experienced the anime version of that, which is, oh my God, I loved this anime from when I was a teenager, and a person has said, oh my gosh, let's watch it tonight. Let's just sit and watch it. And we turn it on, and immediately, like, it takes one episode for me to be like, Jesus Christ, the pacing is terrible on this show. And it's not, at the time it was fine. It's because we've changed the way that we edit stuff now, right? And anime feels so different to watch now. So sitting down with somebody and being like, this is so good, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
One episode in and having to be like, all right, I've eaten my humble pie. This is hard to watch. Like,
yes. It's weird because I have that same thing with like, I guess I would say anime fans in general, their tastes are much different than what I think they are.
Sure.
So for me, when I say I love Cowboy Bebop and I think it's amazing, anytime I've ever shown Cowboy Bebop to people, they're like, it's so slow. It's so boring. And I'm like, this is art, dude. And they're like, no, no, it's not.
Dare you?
I'm like, this is perfect. And they're like, no, it's all right. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, like what you like. I don't care. Yeah, I have that problem often where there's stuff that I love and I want to give it a go again, and it's not nearly as amazing as I thought it was. And it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to leave it up here. So now every time it's like, people are like, go back, play that thing. I'm like, no,
that's okay.
No, I'm all right. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's one of those things where I'm like, I wish I could relive those moments or have them again the first time, which I think everyone does for all their favorite things. But also, I have to realize that probably the memory of it is significantly better than actually what it was.
Yeah. Because there are more variables than we actually think about, right? It's not just the thing that you're watching, playing, whatever, trapped in a bottle. It's like the time period, what you were already watching or had watched or had played before that, the time period you were at in your life, how old were you, right? Like, there's so many things that contribute to how you experience media. And going back to it, you will never be able to recreate that exact situation.
Yeah, I mean, what's weird though, sometimes things come along where the minute you go back to it, you're like, damn. Again, even though I'm still not convinced Mass Effect 1 or 3 are like as amazing as 2, 2's still one of the best games ever made. And I can go back and play that, and I have, and been like, worth the playthrough again. Absolutely love that. Super fun. Like, it just is a great game. And every time I've gone back, I've been like, nope, still flawless. I love this game. I went, like I was saying, when I had COVID, I went back and I played 1, 2, and 3. I got 90% of the achievements on 2 without even trying, just because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Like, that's big fan of that. So like those kinds of things I love. And I also love when we get little minor updates. So a great example is the stuff they keep adding to Baldur's Gate 3. Genuinely, I think, like, what if I went back and played? No, you can't do it, Jesse. You can't do it. No. You spent 117 hours on one playthrough. You can't keep doing that to yourself. So I have to like stop myself from some of these things. But there's some games where when you play them, you're like, damn, this really was better than just of the time, or just like it was a good game. Like some games, you're like, yes, this rules. It's weird because there are many games that when you think about them, like a great example is BioShock Infinite is a game that at the time I loved. But looking back, I'm like, BioShock 1 was just so much better. Like I don't know. I have a weird, like sometimes they cross over, you know, and I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe I'm just thinking fondly of BioShock and maybe it's not really that great. But then I'll watch people play it. I'm like, it's really that great.
They do have very different vibes, I think.
Yes.
Like they really decided to do something different with a follow-up game, you know. And the first one, I think the reason that the first one still feels so interesting is because they spent a lot of time developing the aesthetic and the interest, and like it really does have like a stressful feeling playing that game that I think the second one didn't have as much.
Yeah, I mean, like the second one is its own thing, but like when I think of Infinite, I think of like you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna put myself and every person on blast. Infinite, for as much as the game was fine, is entirely carried by the fact that like Elizabeth is a cutie pie, and you definitely wish you had a girlfriend like Elizabeth. That's absolutely what happened. I'm gonna just out myself right now. Like, yeah, it was all right, but I was 100% all horned up for Elizabeth. Never mind, we're good. It's all right.
We've solved it.
Solved it. Yeah, solved it.
Look, maybe cold take to add on to all of this, but I think sometimes when I'm feeling really nostalgic for a game or a show or something, one of the things that really helps me is fan art and fanfic, because there's this element of like, this is another person who also really liked this thing and they made a cool thing that is about that without me having to fully revisit it, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Also, everyone in chat's like, Jesse, they're spoiling the game, by the way. First off, I didn't know that at the time while playing the game. And second off, if we're being real, the only Elizabeth that actually matters is the sexy one from the DLC who looks like a 1940s, like, hey there, mister. That's the one. Any other Elizabeth? Trash Elizabeths. That one? Good Elizabeth. Anyway, I was having the same vibe like with fan art, except it was like fan music, you know, it's fan art.
Yeah.
Of Xenogears.
Somebody was doing some remixes, or
no, it was like so there's a song that plays that's kind of like, I don't know the name of the song. I wish I did. There's a song that plays in Xenogears that's like, it sounds like it's on a like one of those wind up music boxes. And it's so absolutely beautiful. I think it's like Remembrance or Memories, like whatever the song is, it's like such a perfect, beautiful song. And it hit me. I was like, oh man, damn. Should I go back and like check out Xenogears again? But then I remember being a kid sitting in my room, and it's 2 discs, Xenogears, if you played the original. And disc 1 might be one of the most perfect games ever made. And disc 2, is it Faraway Promise? Is that whatever the song is, when you hear it, you'll be like, oh, damn, right in the heart. But like, disc 2 is literally just text. Most of disc 2 is a book. And it's very clear that money ran out. And they're like, well, now to finish the story. And it's not great. And it's part of it made me think like, okay, we need to like, that's a game to remake. They keep making, you know, all the Xenoblades and whatever. Xenogears. Remake that. In fact, while we're making Gears, what was that? Wild Gears? What's the name of that? Make
Maybe.
that 2. Make all the
Just
weird
throw that
games
in
that
for fun.
yeah. Oh, so good. I was like, I got down the rabbit hole and was like, man, this game, should I play this game again? Should I? Wild Arms is what I'm talking about. Yes, thank you, Chad. Like, remake that. Yeah, it's one of those things where I really, really had a day of, I would love to go back and play this. And then I had to think really hard. Like, hold up. No, Jesse, you don't. You'll just be let down again like you were as a kid. Don't do it.
I've been thinking about replaying Chrono Trigger again.
Oh, see, that's one of those ones, like I was saying with Mass Effect 2. Play it. Holds up. Still to this day.
I know.
Perfect game.
It's so
Perfect
fun.
game.
I haven't played it since we did the like all-nighter playing it years ago.
Best hour. Best hour's coming up.
Best hour.
Best hour.
That was so fun though. And I used to replay that game every few years. I literally haven't played it since.
It is a perfect, like,
it's
the
so
fact
good.
that there are so many endings in a game like that is just brilliant stuff. So much fun. The thing I want to go back and play and see if it's a different experience is Chrono Cross. Because as a kid...
You know what? Yes. Continue.
Yeah, as a kid, I think I played it wrong because my desire for... So Chrono Cross is a spiritual Wink follow-up to Chrono Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And while it isn't directly Wink related in any sort of way, it does have some vibes of like, instead of Chrono Cross's time travel, or I'm sorry, Chrono Trigger's time travel, Chrono Cross is more like multi-dimensional, right? And so in that, there are many, many characters, like 40 characters to get. And each one has their own story, question mark. I mean, some are much more story than others, but the thing I did as a kid was, I'm going to try and get every one of the characters rather than I'm just going to play and see what happens as I go through it.
Right.
So I would end up on convoluted quest lines to get people to join my team. And I wonder if it would be a better, because when I played it, I was like, it's all right. I wonder if it would be a better experience to play Chrono Cross without trying to get everyone and just experiencing it as you play.
I did not get very far in Chrono Cross because I went into it with such a bad attitude because it wasn't my Chrono Trigger characters.
Sure.
So yeah, I've thought to myself that I should play that game.
It's the intro
properly.
Still to this day, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's missing again, I think because there's so many characters. If you try to like get everyone, it waters down the game significantly. And so I wonder if that's probably a fallacy on my part. As a kid, I was like, I want them all. Give me the Prima strategy guide. Yeah.
We were Pokemoning and shit, you know? Like, yeah, get all of that. How many characters? I want every single one. I think that's a normal reaction mentally to have.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a weird, there's clearly a divide, like a moment where you've gone too far. Probably 40 characters is too far. But Final Fantasy VI, one of my favorite games of all time, has like 16 characters? It has a lot of characters. I'm trying to think of all of them. It has a lot. Maybe 13, I don't know. But it has a bunch of different characters, and every single one of them has a story. And one of the things that's interesting about it is the way they tell the story of those characters. If you play through the game once, you're not going to get the entire story. Which I think is super interesting, that I don't know why I was fine with that in 6. Maybe because it was a mystery? You know, like a great example of Final Fantasy VI storytelling is they're like, hey, look, you don't have to take Shadow in your party at all. But if he's in your party and you sleep in an inn, you'll get a really weird, messed up background music scene of him and get a little bit of his story. But that means if you want the full story, you have to bring him all the time with you. And if you didn't realize that right away, you're like, what? So then you're deep into it. And maybe that's what the hook was.
Mm.
And so to get the full backstory, you have to do so much nonsense to have him in your party.
Yeah.
And I was like, interesting. Okay. And there's also like little secret characters and side things that then add stuff over time. I don't know why I thought, well, this seems fine. But the Chrono Cross version, I was like, nah. And I think maybe it's because it was just at a certain point, you cross like the 20 character threshold. And at that point, I'm like, I don't even know which one of you I want to bring to the party.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard enough in a normal JRPG to be like, who's in my 3-person team? Why can't I bring everybody? It's already
I think that's
hard.
why a lot of games got rid of that. And now it's like there's 3 characters. That's it.
Yeah.
And we'll take time to explore their stories and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to go back and Chrono Cross it. See what the vibe was.
A little Chrono Crossy.
Yeah, but with that said, I'll have to wait because Final Fantasy Tactics is coming out soon, and I'm just so excited.
That's true.
I'm so excited.
September? Is that right?
I think so. I can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun. I apparently, even though they're like we have the old version and the new version, the old version they still had to remake because they like lost files for the old version. So like they still had to just remake some stuff. That's so funny. Like, okay, yeah,
That's
all right.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. So that should be fun. Very excited for that when that comes out. By the way, speaking of like we're talking about story and a little like I don't know how I would answer this or what the story is about. Yesterday, I played through Dead Take, which is
what's that?
Dead Take is a game that I'm pretty sure was conceptually created at the 2023 Video Game Awards because everyone that I saw at the awards is in that game. It's so wild. I'm like,
voice-wise or like actually them?
Like the actors.
Okay.
And I'm like, I think they all got together at this event and we're like, let's make a game.
Oh, it's the FMV.
Yes. Yeah.
I saw this. Okay. Yes. Continue.
So, Dead Take premise-wise is very like Hollywood critique kind of thing.
Okay.
You play as Neil Newbin's character, who is a actor who is going to the house of a big-time Hollywood movie mogul. And you are auditioning for his newest production, which is called like Last Voyage or something like that. And the minute you get there, boy, things are off. Things are weird. And the game is interesting because it is a first-person walking horror simulator. Like it's a horror game, but you are also uncovering video footage like you're playing Immortality or Her Story or one of those things.
Okay.
And then you're taking clips and splicing them together to create new clips that then you like basically the movie mogul guy has this giant theater that you can then go sit in a chair and watch the video you've just made or found.
Okay.
And it is, I don't want to spoil like the premise of what's actually going on, but it's one of those things that when the game ended, it was very clear. I got like 14 of 19 achievements. It's very clear there was a few things I missed and one thing I just got locked out of and was like, no, right?
Yeah.
But it's very clear that this is one of those, we're not going to tell you what was really going on here. Although maybe again, like I was saying, I did not find the real answer, but I think I got enough information to make some educated guesses. But the thing I thought was really interesting about this is essentially it is about the casting process for this movie. And all the old, like all the like Critical Role cast shows up. There's like Ben Starr is in this. There's like, it's fascinating to watch because basically it's a little inside baseball for Hollywood. And it's very critical of the Hollywood like casting system and stuff. But anyway, there's one part that I absolutely loved because it is straight up. Both Ben and Neil are auditioning for the same role. And in that, they both do the exact same performance and the exact same take and the exact same audition read. But because they're it's two actors acting, it's two completely different takes.
Right.
Watching that is so much fun for me because, like, as someone who sits there and watches auditions frequently, I'm like, oh, this is so much fun because they're playing like I'm just a Southern man doing my right. But it's, again, two guys with British accents doing it, which is even more fun. And I'm like, oh, their American accents are so much fun. And the entire time, to anyone who plays this, I must stress, I'm 100% convinced Ben Starr is channeling Leonardo DiCaprio. The voice he uses sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio in interviews, and I could not get over it. I was like, stop it, Ben. That is just Leo. Please go check that out. It's so funny. I was like, no. But it's watching these two, and I guess I'll say, without spoils, the premise of the game is, what would you do for a role? And that's I'll leave it at that. Okay. And it's very, again, there's jump scares, but not like, but in the form of, if you played, I will say at some point, a certain Finnish game director appears in this game. And some of the scares are very much of the Alan Wake 2 variety. Where you're just walking along and it's like, and then you're still walking because it was just a flash on the screen. And 9 times out of 10, it's just Ben Starr's face, which is, I'm like, terrifying. Like, don't do that. Does said game director do a happy dance? No comment. It's definitely a fascinating game, and I absolutely loved playing. It's like 4 hours long. Nice. Yeah, dudes, I definitely say play it. You should play it. It's very good. It's a solid mystery. And if you're like me, I've said this before on this podcast. I'll say it continually. If your horror game gives me objectives, and those objectives are like a job, you cannot scare me. I'm unscarable. I'm like, I got shit to do right now, Ghost. Like, I can't. There's one part of the game. You have talked about this
before.
Yeah. There's one part of the game where you have to do a thing, and there's 5 steps to it. So I'm focusing on remembering the steps. They're trying to, like, get you with, like, stuff's moving and there's shit in the room. And I'm like, I just don't care. I have got to do these 5 things. And if I forget, you're the one who, instead of telling me, I'm like, instead of telling me with the, like what I needed to do, they put codes. So now in my brain, I'm like, all right, this code associates with this thing. And I have to remember 5 steps.
Right.
Of 5. I'm like, all right, no, I don't. I just don't have time. I don't. It's like when I played whatever that Mortician Simulator game or whatever that was. Mortuary Assistant. That game tried so hard to scare me, and I was like, no.
Yes.
I got to get 3 bodies done by morning.
I have a job to do, Ghost. Leave me alone.
They really tried, and I was like, I'd look at the Ghost and be like, are we done? Great. And I just go back to it. I'm like, I don't have patience for you right now. I feel like that's the case with when people talk about aliens and UFOs, and they're like, there's things in the sky, dude. It's like, yeah, but I got bills to pay, bro. Like,
right.
I don't care. We're in capitalism. I have a job to do. I don't have time to worry about the world. Yeah.
That's, and that's also, not to get too dour, but like, that's also such a real response as well. It's like, if you in your real active present life are too overwhelmed with shit, it's like, I literally can't. I can't acknowledge all that other shit. I can't do it. I will fall to pieces.
Like, look, you want me to cry? You want me to cry at the Applebee's? I got bills to pay. I don't have time.
Because I will.
Like,
I will
my
cry
manager
at the
will
Applebee's.
get real upset at me again, and then I might lose that job. I can't cry.
Yeah.
At the Applebee's?
Not at the Applebee's, dude.
Yeah. Now I'm going to get a message that's like, actually, at Applebee's, we have the most crying per capita of all restaurants.
Actually, we have a crying room built into every single Applebee's.
Right. Every Applebee's has one.
We want to make sure that when you step out there, it's with a smiling face. So
right.
get rid of all
Get
that.
the tears out.
Yeah, there's a mirror in that. Or freshen yourself up and then get back out there, man.
Got to serve those jalapeno poppers. Yeah.
Oh no. Anyways.
That's so sad.
Can you tell that both of us have been really upset at a job?
Me? No. Never.
I mean, just kidding. Never. I've always held it together
upset.
perfectly.
Mm-mm. All restaurants do. It's called a walk-in cooler. That's the realest. That's the truth. That is absolutely the truth. The walk-in cooler. You go in there to
and then
get
the tears
product.
freeze your face, man.
Yeah, and then you just go in there and you cry a little bit. Yeah. Not me though.
No, never
I just get angry and throw my shirt in the beans.
In the beans?
Have I told you this?
No.
When I lived in New York, I worked at a taco place. And
okay.
Yeah. And there was a girl there who we dated for like, I don't know, a little bit. And at the time, the reason we broke up is, and this is absolutely true. This is insane.
I'm so excited. Go on.
She called me and was like, hey, I can't be with you anymore. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. See you at work, right? Like, it was already awkward. I roll into work. She's there, and all the other people there, all of my friends who work there, were like, dude, do you know that she's hooking up with the manager? And I was like, what? So I had a minor freak out. It was like, F this job, F you. I took my shirt off.
Valid.
And as I walked out, I was like, I'm done. I took my shirt off and chucked it back behind the counter, and it landed right in the refried beans. And I just left. I just like, I'm done. And I just walked out. And I never went back to that job. But like, yeah, that was, I think I was like freshman year of college. Yikes.
You know what I love about that? Nothing about the relationship stuff. All of that sucked. But you know how like Taco Bell people used to spread rumors about people like pooping in Taco Bell beans?
Sure. Yeah.
So I like to think that as people were coming in and being like, hey, can I get a, et cetera, et cetera. And they would have to say, sorry, we don't have any beans today. A weird rumor went around about why they had to dump all the beans.
Yeah, some guy's shirt got in there. With that said, it did free me up because I couldn't go back to that taco place because it was so close to campus. Couldn't go back there. Couldn't ever walk in there again.
No, of course not.
But it did liberate me to go discover Mighty Taco. Shout out to Buffalo, New York's very own Mighty Taco. Is it real tacos? No. Do they include a strip of white cheese in every order? Yes. But it's delicious, and I don't give a damn. If you're from Buffalo, you know Mighty Taco rocks. Shout out to Mighty Taco. It allowed me to discover its existence.
There's an audio. I don't know all of the words, but the most important part of it is white people taco night. And
it is not. So it is more white than white people taco night. Because when you think white people taco night, you're thinking you made the meat at home. You got the packet of spice. You put on the yellow cheese.
You put the taco seasoning on the meat. And then you chop up some lettuce and some tomatoes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. I grew up that way. That's definitely my tacos. Yeah. But Mighty Taco is like, they're definitely trying, but it's so, for some reason, Western New York coded that it's like they'll give you the tortilla and they'll give you like some seasoned meat they made, but instead of sprinkled cheese, it's literally a strip of white, I guess, American cheese. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's very weird. It's a completely completely strange place, but I love it. Also, they did have a thing called the El Nino, which was a giant burrito. And then one time my friends and I got really drunk and we all ordered an El Bino, which we just said replace all the meat with beans. Terrible choice. Terrible choice. That was the worst thing we've ever done.
Sam and I used to, when Sam first moved to America and we'd get Taco Bell, he really hated the taste of the Taco Bell meat. So we always replaced the meat with beans.
I'm going to tell you.
It was Fart City, but it still tasted great.
The beans at Taco Bell, for everyone outside the U.S., it's all right. But yeah, the taco meat's trash. However, the beans slap, and we'll never not. It's hard to mess up refried beans. It's just hard to do that. And then if you ever tried like the steak or all the other things, they're not like, it's not. I don't know. That's why in LA we have Del Taco. Shout out to Del Taco.
Shout out to Del Taco.
Del Taco rocks. It's good stuff. I don't know how we got on Del Taco, but now I'm like, yo, what if I get Del Taco today, though, dude?
It's because we were talking about crying at past jobs.
Right. I didn't cry.
You said I didn't cry,
took
but
off
I
my shirt and threw it.
Chuck a shirt into the beans.
I didn't mean to hit the beans. It wasn't my objective. I was trying to do like
that though. That you were like, Toby, and it just went right into the beans.
I was trying to do like a dramatic I quit. And I tossed it because I was trying to be like, F you and the stupid manager you're checking up with. You know, like one of those. And I just took it off and threw it. And I was like, all right.
Everyone went in the beans, but you were already out the door.
I was leaving. Yeah, I was out.
I
definitely had the thought of like, I better go. I don't want the cops called on me. I was like, I better leave now.
I threw a thing and now I'm out.
Yeah, I got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to stick around. I'm no fool. You're not going to get me caught doing that. Like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I have so many good college stories. I really was a goofball. I'll never forget one time I was like, so there was this girl in one of my classes and she was absolutely just like,
so many of these stories revolve around a girl.
All of them. So there's this girl in every single one.
Got it.
There's this girl in class and I asked her out and she's like, oh my God, here's my number. Give me a call. And I called the number and I hear like, yo, what's up? And rather than be like, hey, I don't remember her name, is girl there? I just went, wrong number, and hung up and never talked. I was like, is that her dad? Is that her brother? I don't want to deal with this. I got time for this.
What was the at the time of recording? What was the ratio of landlines to cell phones at this point in your college life? Like, was it plausible that was just a landline?
I never had a landline in college. I only ever had a cell phone. Ironically, though, there was a time where I probably should be worried because I had one of those like flip phones, one of the Razor phones. Yeah. And I remember laying on a pillow talking to a girlfriend for like nights and nights and like, countless nights. And then they were like, no, that gives you brain tumors. I'm like, cool, great. It wasn't like I held it here. I laid on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm definitely cooked, but anyway.
I mean, people, regardless.
Yeah. I got a thick skull. Maybe I'm
regardless,
fine. Yeah. No, I don't know why. For some reason, I just immediately, because it just sounded like an old angry man. And I was like, I can't deal with that. I don't know why. I gave up immediately. 18-year-old Jesse chickened the hell out. He's like, nah, dude, I'm done. Can't do this. With that said, I also had, I for some reason, also had uncanny abilities to, like, throw all caution to the wind. One time, we were in it was a bunch of us, we were in a car, in a drive-thru in a Taco Bell, and there was a car behind us with, like, a bunch of girls in it, and I literally just put my phone number up and was like, and they did! I don't know what happened. At some point I became this, but there was a moment, a brief shining moment where I was unstoppable, except when calling someone and a dad answers, in which case,
yeah,
I was like, sorry, sir, I've got to go.
Wrong number.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did you know I've been really hankering for some nostalgia over the last like year or so, I feel like. So everything we've talked about today really syncs up with that. But I found out that there are things that you can get. You can buy like old, like any phone you want, like a rotary phone or like a, you know, like a wall mounted phone, whatever. And there are little things you can hook up to them that turn them into that Bluetooth sync them to your phone. So you just pick it up and say like, call so-and-so the same way that you might do with your phone, and it'll just do it. And I was like, I want to do that so bad.
I feel like I'm with you on this, but conceptually that pickup truck that I've been like talking about for a while, that Ford that looks like it's from like the 1970s, but the inside's all electric and future screens and shit, but the outside just looks old. Yeah, I think I'm there too, where I'm like, all right, can we use some of this modern technology to make things look cool again instead of everything looking the exact same, please?
Yeah. I was like, I would love to have a phone with the twisty cord again. I would love to just sit down with a phone and twist my fingers around a cord while I'm talking to my mom or something. Like that sounds delightful to me right now. And I think one of the major things that makes me go, well, I can't just like actually put my phone completely away in the mornings is what if there's an emergency? What if somebody's trying to get a hold of me, right? And I feel like this would be the thing that makes me go, if somebody's trying to call me, they can call me. It'll come to my cute, bright yellow rotary phone. And otherwise I can just put it in a drawer.
This is so funny because you bring up calls and people can always reach me. Immediately reminded me, speaking of nostalgia, this is pure nostalgia bait. I saw someone post this huge thing because every once in a while on Reddit, a thing will appear that's like, wait a minute, real question. For like people who were raised in the 80s and 90s, were you just allowed to like leave the house and no one could find you? And all the responses are like, yeah, it was a crazy time. It was so much fun. And I think about that, but from a different angle, that today we exist in a society where everyone has a phone on them all the time. So you can always be contacted.
Yes.
And I feel like the way people think about it is, as a parent, you always know where your kid is. You can always reach out to your kid. You don't have to worry about, like that kind of thing. Like that's the idea. You don't have to worry. But in reality, you're constantly like, we have to be in contact. We have to talk, like that kind of thing. Where if you were a mom, let's say in 1985, and your kid went out with friends, you wouldn't be able to contact them or hear from them for 10 hours, right? But in reality, also, that's 10 solid hours of mom having freedom.
Yeah.
Which is not a thing that exists right now. Because the kid could call at any point too and be like, hey, mom, I need you to do this, right? But if you have no contact, mom could be like, yeah, I'm going to go read my book, or I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to go take me time. And I always think about how that's different. Like, parents also had freedom too. Everyone talks about the kids being like, oh yeah, I went out and I was on my bike and we were gone for like 16 hours that day. My parents had no clue where I was. Yeah, but your parents also had 16 free hours without you, which is, no one thinks about that. And I just kept thinking about it like, yeah, that was it. Parents lucked out too. They had it so much easier. They could just be like, yeah, the kid went out. Who knows where he went? Now everyone's like, I'm terrified of my child leaving. I don't know where they're going. I have to be in contact at all times.
My 7-year-old called me overprotective yesterday. I was dropping her off for her performance class thing. And she was like, I'm just going to hop out of the car and walk to the door. I was like, okay. She was like, so you can go. And I was like, no, I'm going to make sure you get in the door. And she was like, oh my God, you are so overprotective. It's like, dude,
Oh, I'm so excited. It's beginning.
You're
Oh,
7.
yes.
Go.
Yes. I thought for sure this would start at 13, but I forget. The kids, they get so old so quick.
I think it also depends on the personality. She's got like a good mix of Sam and I to just be like an independent sass monster. Like,
honestly,
what, you think I can't handle myself? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Truthfully, the best you can do is prepare Clark for, like, all right, go live your life. Let's see what happens. And like, can you handle what happens when you totally screw up? Because you will, you know?
So I let her cut her own hair.
Oh boy.
And 2 separate people have been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because here was my thinking, okay? Here's a kid Dodger story. I really wanted to cut my own hair, and my parents were abso-fucking-lutely not. And I just went to school and cut my hair at school.
Sure, yeah.
And got into huge trouble because they were like, what the fuck are you doing? So I was like, this kid has enough of me to eventually be like, to just have the like DIY audacity to be like, I can cut my own hair. Like, so I was like, I'm just going to tell her that she can cut her own hair as long as she follows my instructions, and I'll just let her do all of it. And it turned out really cute, and she's really happy with it. And then we had to have a whole conversation where I was like, but side note, if any of your friends are ever like, Clark, will you cut my hair? You say, absolutely not. I will not do that. She was like, why not? I was like, because I don't need you giving somebody a terrible haircut and them going home and being like, it's because Clark cut my hair and I didn't even want her to. And she was like, kids would do that.
That's some good parenting right there. I love that.
I just figure it's better than her like squirreling away in her room with a pair of like shitty scissors trying to cut her hair and then being like, oh no. You know?
Yeah. Again, it's all about preparing. It's like I think it's, as a person who was a teacher, it's very obvious to see that in school with friends, they learn so much more than at home. Like your kid, as much as you want to try and determine who your child is, there's definitely like oh no, they will reject half of what you just said and go with what their friends say instead.
There's a Michelle Obama interview where she's like, I was the first lady of the United States and my kids still talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, no one's immune. Like every kid thinks they know more than their parents. You just kind of have to accept it.
Yeah, just gotta, you know, understand that kid's gonna be its own person. So
yeah,
it's great. I love some solid parenting. Although I'm shocked it's coming from you, but like I'll allow it.
Thanks, buddy. What did you play? What did you play this week aside from Dead Take?
So yeah, Dead Take, loved that. Also, I went through and was trying to play more of the King is Watching. I love that game. That's super fun,
isn't it?
Yeah. I realized at some point that I had really screwed like, this is why you don't take me places. I am such a mess. So one of the game mechanics, very obvious, very early, very like clearly defined, is on the front screen, the start screen of when you're at your kingdom. You have your main let's start missions, but also you have an upgrade place, and then you have a place for quests and a place like all these, like a gallery, all these different things. For some reason, I got it in my head that the abilities upgrades for the kings were on the same screen as the upgrades for your kingdom. And so I was like, well, when I get to those upgrades, I'll do them. But I kept having things that were like, use your king's abilities. Upgrade your... I'm like, well, I don't have any abilities yet. I might have gone through 12 runs, Dukes. And I had never used an ability from my king. Not once.
Right.
And only then did I realize it's an entirely different building. And it was like, are you kidding me? So I bought all the abilities right away and was like, I couldn't use I'm so dumb. So what I'm saying is, read, kids. If the game tells you how to do things, don't just skip through it. Just read it and you'll be fine.
Sometimes we miss stuff. That's human. It's fine.
12 runs.
Did you find that it made a huge difference after that?
Massive difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stuck on the 4th level of the first kingdom. So it's like the easy mode, then you get another one, and then another one, and then it's marked as 3, and you have to beat that in order to go on to the next kingdom thing. And I was just stuck on it because I couldn't beat the last boss. And I realized, I just wasn't doing it correctly at all. But the fact that I got as far as I did without any abilities, I was very proud of myself. But I was also just like, oh, you're so dumb. What? And I just, again, because it was a different part of the main screen, and it isn't like there's text over it that says, this is where you get this. It's a building. You have to mouse over the building and then unlock it in order to get those upgrades. And I just never unlocked it because next to that is the gallery and a bunch of other non-essential things that I did not care about. I'm like, why would I need to unlock those? So I don't know. It was dumb, but I figured it out. Life is good, and I love it. I have made the single greatest team ever, and I need to get them, even though it's kind of random. Archers maxed out all the way. They stun guys immediately.
Ooh.
And then longbowmen also have a stun, and the archer stun is if they're full life, they get stunned. And if the longbow one is like just you can stun like crazy. So I just have a back row of guys like blacking out the sun. It's great. And then in the front, gnomes and mushroom men. Ooh, and bees and geese.
I like the bees a lot.
I like the geese riders. I like the bees. I have little mushroom men and then gnomes. And I like to have them all work in tandem together. It's great. There's other things like dragons and whatever they can get, but I'm just like, cost effectiveness. It's extremely, for the amount I have to put into this, it's out of control. But the bees, I love. Plus the bees have a poison, and that poison destroys bosses. Love it. Solid game. Big fan. Yeah, I played that, and then I also, even though I didn't get a chance to play it, which I guess is not going to happen until I get back, I also went through and got, oh my God, where did it go? Is it called He Is Coming? Like, why can't I find, maybe I downloaded it at home.
No.
Yikes. But it seemed like another fun game that was sort of like a roguelike-y.
There is a game called He Is Coming.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I have not played this, but I have seen it.
Yeah, I wanted to get this, and so I downloaded that as well. And then I also got, I downloaded the Drifter because everyone was talking about that. And I was like, that seems like fun. Basically, my desktop is filled with a bajillion games, and I absolutely haven't had the chance to mess around with them.
I would love to talk about the Drifter because I've finished it.
You played it? Yeah.
I played it. It took me about, I want to say 11 hours.
Damn. Okay.
It's fantastic. It's really, really good. It is a point and click mystery game, I guess you could say. It's great. Yeah, you play as this older guy who is what you might colloquially call a drifter. Hold
on, question.
Yes.
What, like drugged out drifter or Jack Reacher drifter?
Neither. Jack Reacher's got too much going on for him.
Damn.
Like good going on for him. No, he he hitchhikes on trains and he sort of like gets from place to place however he can, works there a little bit.
Of old.
Yes, works there a little bit and then moves on to the next place. And he gets called back to his hometown where he has not been there for 5 years. Because his son died 5 years ago. And that's when he left, basically.
Gotcha.
And so the story starts with him having received a call from his sister saying, hey, our mom has died. It would really mean a lot if you could come back into town for the funeral. And the second he comes back into town, really weird shit starts happening. And he has to decide whether or not he's going to try and figure out why that weird shit is happening.
Like Silent Hill 2?
No.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for that very concise response. No.
I loved it. I thought it was really, really good, really well done. Something that this game does amazingly, because it's all like really nice pixel art. Bro, the way that they use like the atmosphere, the backgrounds, the music, like this game sets tone.
Cool.
So insanely well. It's really, really, really good. So yeah, you will love it. I do think it took me about 11 hours.
All right.
Something like that.
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely one that I was like, damn, I want to play that. I just didn't have time. I was someone, no name, someone was very lazy and realized that the PvP season in Final Fantasy 14 ends when I'm gone. And so I was like, I got to do my PvP so I can get my mount, and I just didn't do it. So I definitely had to like back end work that for a little bit, which is sometimes you just got to do things not the last minute. But that's not the Jesse Cox MO. Last minute is where I shine. So, yeah, yikes. I'm trying to think what else I was messing with, and I can't. The problem is I've been playing a lot of games at home, too. So, like, I'll let you in on the Jesse Cox cycle of life. Okay. So, when I get home from the office, I almost immediately, try to do some sort of workout. Like, that's my objective in life. Try and do something. And when I'm done, usually I'm a sweat monster. And so I need a good, like, 30, 45-minute cool down before I attempt to do anything else. Because if I, like, jump in the shower immediately, all I do is continue to sweat when I get out of the shower. It's just, it's a thing that happens. So I'm like, I need a cool down. So during that time period, I'll get on my computer and just play a game so my mind is off, like, the fact I'm a gross. And then I'll play a game, and then I will like, all right, I'm good, and then go about my night. So during that time period when I'm playing a game, I'm usually trying to play something quick I can get in and out of. And I've realized, like, for some reason, the game lately, and I talked about this before, is I keep going back to Dark Tide, which I absolutely love playing an old man with a dog at his side. I'm having a good time, but I've realized lately, I don't think people have spatial awareness. Just like in real life, I don't think people are aware of what's going on around them. Yeah. And it's shocking to me because I'll be playing that game and there will be like someone down in a corner hurt. Like, and you can hear them like, help, get me up. And I'll be like, okay, I'm coming. No one else does, ever. They all just kind of like, I'll kill this thing. I'm like, behind us, someone is dying.
Right.
Save them. And the thing is, when I'm the guy dying, no one comes to help.
Right.
And I'm like, am I the only one who cares? And I realize that's only on lower level stuff. If you do like the hardest stuff in the game, everyone's like, I got you, brother. Let's go. We're in this to the end. The lower level stuff, I'm like,
interesting.
Oh, no, it's the casual. With that all said, I must shout out. I was in a game. It was myself and one other guy. And this other guy, I'm pretty sure was 10. And he was playing a giant Ogren. And I don't know if he was streaming or just talking to himself. But he was running around in his like little 10-year-old voice doing like, I'll help you take out the monsters. And he was on voice chat in the game. On, I assume, in like whatever console he was playing on, because it wasn't Steam. And he was just, I was like, if this was anyone else, like I was playing one time where some guy was on his Xbox or whatever, and he was just listening to metal music in the background and he had it on the entire time, blasting through voice chat. And I was like, this sucks. I hate this. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But this kid was literally role-playing his Ogren, and it was so cute. I was like, oh, I'm just going to let him. I'm not going to say a damn thing. I'm going to let I don't know if he knows. I can hear everything he's doing. At one point, we're on this bridge fighting, and there's two, NPCs with us, and I hear some noise, and he leaves, and I hear him having a full conversation with his mom in the room. And his character's like, his Ogre's just sitting there like this on the bridge, not moving. And so I stood there protecting him. I was like, no, kid, I got you. It was so cute. I loved I was like, I'm not going to ruin this kid's fun. Because I imagine him getting into a game, and then some guy be like, turn your fucking microphone off, kid.
Yeah, I was like, no, you don't want to be that guy.
No, I was like, no, I'm going to let this kid live his life. It was so funny. He was like, don't worry, I've got you. He tried to do the voice and everything. It was the cutest.
That is so cute.
Yeah, he wasn't great, but he was also 10. So you know what I mean? Like, thank God I was there with my guy who had a dog that could jump on guys and kill things. And it was, we beat it. And I was like, good luck, kid. Have fun. Go live your life. It was very, very cute.
Yeah.
I beat it, got my gear, and was like, peace.
Cute.
Yeah.
I guess really quickly while we're on 40K, I messaged you about this, but I did start Rogue Trader finally.
Yeah.
So I guess like preemptive thing is Sam and I have been trying to start reading the Warhammer 40K books.
Yikes. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So brought on our trip, we brought the Infinite and the Divine. And when I tell you that every paragraph, I was going, what is this word? What does this mean? Who are these people? And Sam was having to explain everything. Are they robots? Wait, those guys are robots. No, those guys they're all robots? Sam, are they all robots? Like, it was just, I couldn't make any progress, right? So I complained about it to chat. Chat was like, you should try reading Eisenhorn because that's basically Warhammer 40K Sherlock Holmes. He's an inquisitor. And I was like, okay. So I bought Eisenhorn and I've started reading Eisenhorn. I got to be real with you guys. Every paragraph, I'm going, what the fuck does this word mean? Who are these people?
Most of it is that. Yes, most of it. The thing about the books that I think is interesting is it requires some knowledge of the actual game. It
really does.
They don't
understand the universe to some extent to make progress at all, I feel like.
Yeah, it's, again, I'm sure the books are great. But I've never had the desire to be like, yeah, I want to do more than just look at the Wikipedia for this.
I need to get over the hump. But one of my mods is in the same position as me and recently started Rogue Trader and was like, you already said you wanted to start Rogue Trader. It honestly is going to help so much because it has the highlighted text thing, right? So anything that is world specific, you can hover over and get the blurb. They're like, I've found that it has really helped me solidify the core concepts, right? So I started playing Rogue Trader. I made my little Rogue Trader. And it's very fun. It is really fun. I was telling you in our DMs that it reminded me a little bit of playing Path of Exile because I would go to level and immediately everyone would get very concerned. Do you need help? You might want to ask chat for like where your levels should go. Do you want us to assist you with this at all? And I was like, I'm playing on story mode. No, I don't. Surely I don't need that. Right, guys? Surely I don't need that when I'm playing on story mode, please. So yeah, that's been my experience so far. But I really like the characters. The other complaint that I sent Jesse was that I chose the madness voice. I chose that sort of voice, and they don't give me They don't give me nearly enough crazy shit to say, man.
There's a like
everything is so serious right now.
You'll get a lot of, I don't know how far you're into it, but you'll start getting a lot of heretical things you can do. And
okay.
I'm really like trying to go full heretic and really corrupt everyone. The problem is there's some times where based on the choices you make, it'll lock you out of heretic options, which is infuriating to me. I'm like, all I want to do is corrupt and destroy, and y'all are making it real difficult for me to do that. But I'm hoping it pays off because there's some crazy stuff that I want, like tentacles is what I'm saying. I want my entire crew to have tentacles and be gross. And we'll see if that happens. We'll see. I don't know.
The Master of Whispers at the very beginning of the game, I was like, I like this guy. He sounds like Loki. He sounds like Tom Hiddleston playing Loki in the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And then spoilers, right at the start of the game, he does a bunch of shit. And you have the option to be like, could I also do a bunch of shit? He's like, fuck this place. I'm burning it down. And you can be like, I'll help. And I said that. And he was like, maybe. I don't trust you yet. And they didn't let me. They didn't let me just be like, you know what? Also, fuck this place. I'll help the bad guys. They wouldn't let me.
Here's my problem is my desire to complete quests sometimes outrides my desire to be evil. So there's one, when you get to the map, I'm not sure how far you are into it, but when you get to the overall map of the star system and you can go to planets, it does that thing where it's like, hey man, hey, the place you choose will affect the other places you go. So if you go to certain places at certain times, it'll change things that happen and other things. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, all right, let's cause the most evil we can cause. But everything I choose is like, okay. So this quest says that this woman needs to get back to her husband. I think they were both pilots, or one's a pilot, one's a guard. And the whole thing is, I'm like, I must reunite these two. I don't care what happens. Meanwhile, it does not matter. In my evil scheme, they would all die anyway, but I'm like, no. I need to get these two back together because I want them to be in love because they're separated by war, and by God, I'm going to get this to happen. It's absolutely pointless. I don't know what. Meanwhile, the rest of my choices are like, who cares about your world? Burn it to the ground. And I'm like, yeah, there's like, the choices I'm making are insane. There's one option where it's like, you have to pick a new navigator, I think. And they give you options, but one of the options is like, oh no, that lady's crazy. She accidentally kills people all the time with her mind. And I'm like, that's the one I want. Sign me up. And the entire time, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get her. I'm going to make her crazy and corrupted. This will be amazing. And then her plot line is like, I'm a lady. Treat me like a lady. I'm like,
I don't want to kill anyone.
Fine. Fine. Yes. I will treat you like a lady as long as you fall in love with me, and then I can corrupt you. Deal? Like, it's that kind of thing. So now I'm like,
how has that gone?
Picking choices that aren't evil just to do this. Right?
Right.
Like, okay, fine. I'll make good choices.
Goodness. But I do, people are saying it takes what, like 120 hours or something to play through.
It is. It's long. It's
very long, yeah.
I am many hours in and just beat that first, like, solar system, I guess. So I was like, how long is this game? Very is the answer. Very. The only problem I have, the biggest problem I have, and I think it's a quality of life issue that sadly Baldur's Gate 3 destroyed for me. Rogue Trader has some fun voice acting, but it is in only 20% of the game. The rest you're reading.
I see.
And at a certain point, I was like, this is why I don't do visual novels on stream. I can only read so long before I'm just like, my throat hurts. I'm tired. I've been doing this for 4 hours. Man was not meant to just talk continually for 4 hours and do multiple voices. I'm like, I just can't. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I feel you.
No. I don't
yeah.
I see that there's the text to speech mod. Like, I'm fine. I don't need that.
I'm glad that exists.
Hello.
But yeah.
That would make it worse for me. I'd rather do my dumb voices than like, hello, Jesse. I am here to navigate your ship.
Is your rogue trader named Jesse?
No, his name is Vorgan von Valancius.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, he's a creep. He has a wig, and when he talks, he goes, yes, my plans are coming together. The fact that no one understands he's evil is crazy to me. When I walk into rooms sometime, he goes, yeah, my plans are coming together. And I'm like, everyone should be suspicious. Everyone.
I love that. My girl's name is Mycella Snot Rocket.
Well, of course she is. But then you should be a Von Valancius as well.
Right. Mycella Snot Rocket
Von Valancius.
Von Valancius. Yes, right. Of course. Yeah. She's a former pirate.
Ooh.
And she has the madness voice. And
what is your class?
My archetype?
Yeah.
Operations? What's the rogue?
Oh, I don't know.
The one that's roguey, that's like stealthy, sneaky.
Interesting.
Operative. Thank you.
I was thinking I don't want to do like my main character. I don't want him to be anything other than a guy who can convince people to become evil. So I picked the one that I have no discernible offensive talents, but I can command others to do things.
Right. You do lots of buffs and things.
Yeah. All I do is sit in the back and yell at people. And then when I get into conversations in game I always roll like a 100 every time. So people will be like, well, I don't know. You seem pretty evil. And I'd be like, no, I'm not, bitch. And they're like, yeah, never mind. And I'm like, yes, good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. And everyone's like, wow, this guy's really on the up and up. And meanwhile, I'm like, grow tentacles on your butt. Yes. There's moments where like demons and like dark voices will appear and be like, you will be mine. And my guy's like, all right. He does not care.
Love to. Could you pick up the pace maybe?
He's like, that's the point. I'm totally here for this. Why is it taking so long? Yeah.
Writing love letters to Nurgle, putting them on the window like,
here you go,
come
Grandpapa.
On.
Yeah. Like, hurry
come
on,
up, guys.
I would love to know. I think Rogue Trader is a Tzeentch story. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the Chaos God is that's trying to like mess with us, but I have no clue. I don't know. But I'm fine with that. I'd love to turn into some sort of weird bird thing. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, as long as you start morphing into something grotesque, that's the goal.
Yeah. Oh, I want to be full grotesque.
Yeah.
I want to be like
a nasty boy in personality and physical body. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I want. I want to get super gross, but I want my crew to get gross too.
Right. Of course. Because it's not fun when you're all by yourself.
Yeah. I got the one DLC girl who's like into blood and even though she's like very good and she's like, I'm aligned with the Emperor, she seems like a complete mess. And I feel like turning her into some sort of demon thing would be fun. And then I got a Sister of Battle. I want to corrupt the hell out of her. But I feel like you probably can't, which I'm going to have to airlock her, and that's fine. I'll do that. But I just, I want to really corrupt everyone and turn them into like monstrosities just to see what happens.
Have you killed anybody yet? Do you have the whole team currently?
I have a whole team. I'm not sure what you can get on the team. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah.
There's definitely some options here and there. And I just don't know.
Because I'm still in the intro and people in my chat were like, man, I really regret killing this character. And I was like, damn.
You can definitely
just kill everybody.
When you get to the bridge later, you can definitely be like, I don't want you here anymore. Leave. So you can do that. I haven't done that yet. Although there are some characters on my team that are super redundant. Like I have a few characters that are literally just my same archetype. And I'm like, I don't need you. You're just here taking up space.
I'm this guy. We don't need more of this guy.
Yeah. But one of them is my girl Salad Fingers, and so I want to get her. I'm not gonna spoil who Salad Fingers is. I love her. I love Salad Fingers, and I want to get her. The problem is all of her abilities are the same as mine, except she has one that shoots fire from her mind. And I'm like, yo, Salad Fingers, let's fucking go. I love Salad Fingers.
A friend of mine sent me a picture of a person doing drag as Salad Fingers. They were doing a drag show as Salad Fingers, so that's what I'm at.
Yeah. That's the girl I'm trying to romance right now. Salad Fingers.
I'm so happy for you.
She's a mess, but like I feel like it could make her more of a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make her
Pretty
worse,
excited.
etc. Yeah.
Yep. Pretty excited. I will say the
goodness.
one negative thing I have to say about it, besides the voice acting thing, is there are moments where you think you're going to a mission for like, one battle, and it turns into like an 8 battle long arc. And you're like, dude, I had stuff to do today. And the battle keeps going, and you move 5 feet, and then more guys show up, and you're like, this is taking forever. Yeah. Am I just weak? Should all these guys be dead? Or is this just we're throwing fights at you because that's what this game is? Right. And you're like, okay. All right. But other than that, having a blast.
Yeah. Fun game. How quickly do you think we can blast through the news?
Oh, I'll blast, baby. I'll blast.
Let's blast, buddy.
All right. Hey, let's talk news. First off, Sony is releasing a fight stick called the Flex Strike, which if you're at EVO this weekend, you'll get to check out. And I guess that's, considering Sony has some ownership in the tournament, it'll definitely be there. Yes, EVO is this weekend.
I forgot EVO was happening.
Hilariously, I will be over in the UK, and so the finals for Street Fighter will be at 4 a.m. on Sunday for me. So I may not actually get to watch it, or maybe I'll just stay up real late and get crazy. But yeah, usually either I'm there or I'm streaming it, and not this year. But apparently the Flex Strike will be compatible with PC and PS5 if you want to get a fight stick that looks pretty neat. The thing is, with the PS6 around the corner, I don't know why they would release it now, but all right. Who am I to judge? Anyway, also, speaking of things overseas, legend tells of Silksong actually being playable at Gamescom.
Shut the front door.
Taking place August 20th through 24th. You might actually be able to play it if you're going to Gamescom. Here's the thing. It's going to be in the Xbox area, and we'll see. That's just what the word is, that it's in the Xbox area, and it might actually happen, but I will hold off saying it's real until someone actually goes to the event and plays it.
Yeah, I need somebody to slip a camera in there and be like, it's real.
Take a photo of the booth. Yes. Yeah. I will need someone there to actually go verify it is in fact a real thing. Yeah. Then, hey, I'm sure all of you this week saw that there was a kerfluffle. We'll say kerfluffle. So there is, the best way I can put this is, a bunch of kooks have decided that they are going to leverage their power to get credit card companies to stop allowing transactions for games. Originally, it was adult games. And then suddenly it became games that, and when you think adult, you're thinking like porn, but also horror games started to get hit. And mouthwashing was one that people were like, hold on, that's down right now. And there was a lot of conflicting stories about mouthwashing being a game that was targeted, but then wasn't targeted, but then was back and forth, and no one really knows what's going on there. But what you do need to know is Itch also said, fine, we will stop featuring any adult games in its own category. So there used to be a category for adult games. That's gone now. However, now they've reversed that. And if it's an adult game that is free, it is now searchable. So yeah, this is literally from today. It just happened. Adult not safe for work content was removed, but if it's free and not paid, it is now listed again. It's relisting free, not safe for work games today. Paid games will remain hidden from now on. That's weird choice. But I guess because it's free and you're not paying for it, they don't have to worry about credit card companies saying, we will not honor payment for this if it's a free game.
It's insane to me that credit card companies are doing this anyway.
Absolutely. It is, again, it's bowing to pressure from various organizations who are like, how dare you, right? It is, same as it was in the 80s and 90s and all these different things. It just changes what it was, be it music or movies or books or whatever.
So
it's always something new.
It's always something.
And this time, instead of going after Steam or going after the companies, which didn't listen to them because they're like, no, they're selling, so we're going to keep selling them. This time they went after the people that control the money and said, don't use this. And Visa and all them said, of course, no boobies. And so now here we are. It's very weird. It's super convoluted. Will it last long? I don't know. But we're also in a space now where YouTube is bringing AI age verification. So good luck with that.
I just can't.
It is
the number of
so
websites
insane.
I have been on, and I don't know if it's because I'm in the United Kingdom, but like the number of websites I've been on recently that have been like, there's some material here that we can't show you until we verified your age. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty gross. I'm super interested to see what YouTube's like. I know their whole thing is we're trying to do it for the kids, but it doesn't seem very user-friendly for adults. It seems like a massive pain in the ass. Because if you want to watch something without being logged in, tough. So now you have to have an account. You have to log in. You have to prove to them that you're an adult. Like, I get it. I understand what their point is, but I think it's poorly handled and really stupid and not whatever. They're going to do it anyway. So here we are. Yikes. Then we got some news from the Claire Obscure team. They were talking about what comes next, where we go from here. And they were asked if they would expand their team. And they were like, no, we're going to keep the same size. And I love that for them. Mostly because anytime someone gets bigger when it comes to size, costs go up, and then things become more expensive, and then suddenly your game that sells, 3 million copies isn't good enough because you need it to sell 10 million copies.
Right.
So, good. Keep costs down. Thank you very much. Also, Nintendo had a bunch of stuff for us, and so Nintendo has sold 6 million Switch 2 consoles, and hilariously, almost the same number of Mario Kart World copies, which means Mario Kart was shipping Nintendo Switch. People wanted to play Mario Kart so badly that they bought a Switch 2, which is fascinating and goes to show you the power of Mario Kart as a franchise. Also, it was a part of a bundle, so maybe it was just that's part of that too. I don't know. Hey, then brand new Katamari game coming to PC and consoles in October. Look at us. It's been 14 years since we've had a Katamari
game. I'm so excited. La 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 la.
If you want to have a great day, just right now, when you're done with this show, go to YouTube, type in first your age verification information. Of course. Then type in 8-Bit Big Band, Katamari, and enjoy. It's great. It's great. Just so much fun. That is coming to us later this year. Very excited. Then one of the weirdest things. I'm not sure I understand truly what's going on here, but companies be companying, and EA. EA CEO says that, with the Battlefield 6 stuff that we got this week, they are investing more behind this Battlefield than any other Battlefield before. And it's all in as a company. And more importantly, with Battlefield 6, they're not building a product. They're building a platform. And I must stress, all of that I hate. I hate all of that. Every word of that I hate. And that is usually most of what happens when it comes with EA and Ubisoft is they're like, we're not building, it's not a game. It's an experiential device used to sell you ads. It's
immediate checkout. Yeah.
Ugh. So that's a thing. This quote is just yikes. Certainly you're going to see a lot more in a couple of days. We've been investing more behind this Battlefield than any Battlefield product before it. And really, the big reason for that is this isn't just a product. We're really building out Battlefield as a platform. And you'll hear a lot more about this in just 2 days' time, and all will be more clear about the nature of our investment over the last 4 years, with 4 studios building against this launch to date.
Do you think, is that like there, because, you know
I think
how
he talks to business guys and stock market people all the time, that's just how he talks constantly, and he's such a business bro that he's lost the ability to communicate like a person? Yes,
but do you think this is them like winking that they are trying to compete with, like when people play COD, right? People load up COD to play all kinds of different things now that are now built in.
Now they
COD.
have like, it's like Rick and Morty, or like there's weird, like it's barely I'm a soldier now. I'm just like, I'm Ariana Grande for some reason.
In Prop Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what they're trying to say is like, there's going to be so much to do in this game. It's going to be amazing, which already exhausts me.
Like Battlefield, the reason why I love Battlefield in general, like as a concept, to me at least, is I liked being like, screw it, I'm not going to run around with my gun. I'm going to go get in this anti-aircraft vehicle, drive out in the middle of nowhere, and shoot down every asshole who thinks he's going to be a badass in a plane.
Yeah.
And I love doing that. And I loved when the angry pilots come to try and kill me. That was always fun for me. Right. That's all I want from Battlefield, is the ability to do different things on the battlefield. I don't want to be like, forced to do all these other things.
Yeah, what if Battlefield was, if I could bring your attention to the board. The kids are really into Fortnite.
They call it Roblox.
They do. Flips. So we think we should try to Fortniteify Battlefield with a variety of games and experiences developed by a variety of different developers. You'll never have to close Battlefield again.
They'll keep it open all the time. We'll start having concerts in Battlefield.
Now you're thinking. You get a raise.
Yeah. Thank you. What if we got the entire cast of K-pop Demon Hunters to appear in our game?
I'll get them on the phone right now.
We launch them from a rocket launcher into the sky, and they put on a concert for us. That's kind of what it is. That's the vibe of everyone's trying to create the next thing that just gives them a ton of money, and they don't have to make a new product. Yeah. And it just sucks. Not a fan.
Everybody wants a thing that they can just keep like poking at for years and years and years.
Well, and this goes to the next article, which was literally Warner Brothers following Suicide Squad's flop says, hey, we learned nothing. We're going to try and make another live service game.
Hey, guess what? Didn't learn a goddamn thing. Here's our next game.
They're chasing, every company's like, we must chase our like white dragon of infinite money. Like if we could just land it, we win. And it's insane because they're like, well, if we make multiple single player games, one could be great, but the next one could suck. But if we have one game that is always on and always making us money, we're the winners. And it's so obvious and gross. Speaking of obvious and gross, Sony is finally suing Tencent over their game Light of Motirum, which literally just, if you've seen the footage, you've seen the screenshots, whatever. It's
hilarious.
Just looks like Horizon.
It is Horizon.
They just stole Horizon Zero Dawn completely. stole it. And Sony's finally suing them. So we'll see how that works. I'm not sure what you can do against a Chinese company in court. I know that American companies have sued, for all sorts of copyright infringement, and China's like, tough. So we'll see what happens. And then one last little bit of good news that just will brighten your day. Speaking of Nintendo.
Yeah.
If you have a Switch 2, you know that your Joy-Con on the side can also be used as mice. And those mice can be used now with Mario Paint being added to the SNES library. They're bringing it back. You can play Mario Paint with one of your Joy-Cons as a mouse. And that's really the best news.
Cute.
Period.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, very excited.
Oh, I love that.
And that's the news.
That's the news. Buddy, it's always so fun to talk to you. What are you up to this week?
Headed off to merry old England. Literally tonight at 10:50 p.m. I leave.
Whoa.
So yeah. And then I gotta do stuff with the FMV game. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be close to being done there. And then gonna bum around, and it's weird. I guess like there's other people I know who are gonna be in the UK at the same time, or like, yo, we should hang out. I'm like, okay. So I'll just be chilling, but working. And then I end up at a wedding in a week from now with a certain someone.
With somebody, maybe somebody else who's on this podcast.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then that's it.
No.
Yeah, then I come back.
You saying that out loud just reminded me that I need something I could wear to a wedding.
Oh, I'm letting you know. I already have my summer ensemble. I've got like
Wait,
like
should
a
we
gray,
match? That would be fun.
I'll let you know what I have. I have a gray suit jacket and suit pants and a pink shirt underneath it.
Okay. Yes, I will try to match you. Pink and gray. I can do that.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
Perfect.
Jesse's getting married only to myself. It's a ceremony of myself and myself. It's me, a priest in a mirror.
I'm really excited to sign the papers. as the witness.
As the witness,
your love.
Yeah, it's me kissing my mirror. Yeah, it's very. Some call it creepy. I call it love.
Everybody says you got self-love is the most important form of love.
Right.
You know.
I just took it to the logical extent.
It makes sense.
Yeah. If you can't marry yourself, then maybe you don't deserve to be married.
How in the hell are you going to marry anybody else? Can I get an amen? Amen.
Preach.
For me, I'm going to be gone this weekend, but then next week, hopefully finishing the most recent Rise of the Golden Idol investigation. And then, I don't know, maybe playing Dead Take. That sounded really cool.
Yeah.
That's me. That's us. Hey, thanks so much for watching Geekenders, guys. You can find all of the previous Geekenders on youtube.com/Jesse Cox. We are also on all of the podcast websites and apps if you would like to listen to us instead. But have an amazing weekend and week, and we will see you next Friday.
Bye.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so get